वास्तव रूप में वो महल को देखने के लिए बहुत जो है पर्यटक आते थे। पर्यटक समझते हैं जो दर्शन के विजिटर्स है, विजिटर्स जो है आते थे उसे देखने के लिए। जो भी आते थे वो राजा सन अपने महल की महिमा बताते। ये मैंने
Hare Krishna. Translating from Sydney, Australia, on the 1st of October, class at Prabhupali's house, where Gurudev is talking about one king. He had built a great palace, and this palace was so wonderful and great, and he had invited one sadhu to come and visit this great palace. The sadhu looked at the top and then he looked at the bottom. Then this sadhu became quiet. He did not say anything about this great palace. Then the king became a little bit angry. So many people are coming to see this great palace and are praising this palace. He simply looked up and then down and said nothing. The king became angry and asked the saint, what did you see looking up and looking down? After a while, the sadhu saint replied, seeing the person, so many people have made such palaces, but they have all ended their life as if they have been buried under the soil in the time of destruction. At the time of destruction, devastation. At the time of devastation, so many people are killed and buried under the ground. So the saint replied to the king, there are so many persons who have been buried under the soil, who have built such palaces as yours. And they have also attained the heavenly planets. Some have attained the heavenly planets, I'm looking up, and some have been buried under the soil. So what can you show me? Hearing this, the king became a bit thoughtful and said, yes, this is true. Like, I am hearing so many praises of this palace. Now I'm thinking so many great palaces have come and gone, and so the persons who have made such palaces have attained the heavenly planets. And the king thought, this is true. Now, have you been to Dwarkapuri? Yes. Yeah. In Dwarka, the Lord Sri Krishna had made a great palace by the hands of Vishwakarma. Even today, you can see that under the sea, under the ocean. This is in our Shastra scriptures. When the Lord left this material plane and the Dwarka city was submerged underwater, satellite, you can see via satellite or underground and towards Gujarat. Yes, see the influence of time, but by performing the Lord's devotional service. This is very rare. So many people have made so many palaces and so many great architects of this, but it is very rare to find somebody who is performing devotional practices to the Lord. Where will you find such a person? Maybe you find one or two, like you have found. There are very few people who perform devotional practice to the Lord. Out of thousands of hundreds of thousand people. So many people live here in this area. Where will you find such association? Inside, some people don't perform devotional practice, and they also stop others from performing. This is the influence of Maya. There's only one solution in this way to perform devotional practice to the Lord. As the Lord proposes, and He disposes of Himself. In life, this goes on. This material world of duality, but by the darshan of the great sages, saints, sadhus. So it is said, Sukadeva Gosvami is saying to Pariksit Maharaja, this is the last instruction I'm giving. What is the most rarest of things? This human birth, which is attained by 8.4 million species of life. And even such, having achieved it, it is very fragile and like a harmonium made of glass. This harmonium is made of glass. This life is like that. Just by a slight touch from a stone, it can break. It will break. Meaning to say, some disease and old age, it will end. Two things you have to remember. Two things you cannot remember. The pain at the time of death and the pain at the time of birth. In the Shastra, it is written, when the person leaves their body, there is so much pain. Like thousands of bites, scorpions biting at the same time. This is the experience described in the scriptures of one who is about to leave their body. But we do not see this. But at that time we become unconscious. And when we take birth, it is written, we endure so much pain. And staying in the womb of the mother also, but we do not understand. People do not understand how much pain there is. What the mother eats at that time, the baby in the womb feels that pain, and the mother is thinking the baby is safe, but this is not true. Whatever the modern science says, it's not true, but our spiritual sciences say the opposite. Our Vedas, the Bhagavad Puranas, there's so much pain of the child in the womb of the mother and coming out of the womb of the mother also. It's 4 things you have to remember in this world. What are those? Janma, birth, death, and old age, death, and disease. Jara means the old age, old. At that time, the body breaks up. However beautiful the body is, but slowly it deteriorates. Vyadi, many types of diseases. There's no person who has no diseases. Which, when we remember or feel that we're getting old, what to do? Pain in the knees, pain in the back, sitting and not being able to digest. These are symptoms of old age. Even having so many varieties of foodstuffs filled in the fridge, even having the money to buy so many different foodstuffs, but the doctor says you have high pressure. Take some wheat flour and simply make some preparation and eat. But you cannot eat elaborate preparations in old age. You may desire, but you will have a reaction. You'll have to go to the toilet many times. We have experienced old age, disease. We cannot remember the experience of death or being born. When we are born, you forget. That's why the child cries. So we think that child is happy. But no, the child is crying. Kapiladeva is saying to Mother Devahuti, listen. Everybody listens Bhagavatam. It's very good. But in this dialogue between Kapiladeva and his mother, Devahuti, Devahuti, in the 3rd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Kapiladeva and Devahuti. It's difficult to drink 1 glass of water. Old age comes. You cannot drink cold water at all. As soon as it touches the teeth, then it seems like the teeth are going to fall out or break. Having eaten something, the stomach will not accept, not allow. This is the experience of old age. This is called jara. The body does not work at all, and one by one the senses give some indication and gives up their function. The eyes cannot see, the legs cannot walk, you cannot lift your hand, and so much pain, and the breathing becomes deep and difficult. Cannot walk. As you get older, you will feel this. This is called Hathi. Hathi, not elephant. If you think lamentation, Hathi, Ti means in Hindi past tense. That what I was, Hati, in the feminine context. That which I was, but I am no longer. Life is such. That's why Sukadeva Gosvami recited the Gajendra, Hati, the pastime, a crocodile, the elephant, crocodile, in the Srimad Bhagavatam. One lake. There was one crocodile living there. In that lake, there was also one family of elephants. One day, that elephant, male elephant with a female elephant and children, went to bathe in the lake, and like a shower, they were bathing and enjoying, like on a Shivaling, water is falling. The elephant took some water in the trunk in that form and like bathing the linga of Shiva. One day, the elephant said, "We will go and bathe in the lake with the families, the wife and the children, the little elephants, babies, Patni, the female elephant." They went to bathe in the lake. What did the elephant do? The male elephant began to bathe in the. It's very huge elephant and splashing in the water. They're splashing high in the sky. They were enjoying in this way. Was enjoying with the female elephant and the babies. Like as we go swimming in the beach, swimming pool. Like there is a swimming pool in the house. It's a small swimming pool. And that lake, the crocodile was living there. When the elephant, the crocodile bit the leg of the elephant. The elephant were very strong, but and the crocodile was in its element of water. But what could the elephant do? What can the elephant, or was a land creature, do in the water? The elephant could not do anything. For many years, the elephant fought with the crocodile. And sometimes the elephant pulled the crocodile out of the water, and sometimes the crocodile pulled the elephant in the water. Crocodile. One pulling one side and the other pulling the other way. And amazingly, slowly, from bleeding, became weak and weak. With the crocodile with his huge jaws holding on tight to the feet of the elephant. And this way, the crocodile became stronger and the elephant became weaker. It's nearly that the elephant was about to leave its body. The crocodile was pulling the elephant deeper and deeper into the water, just to the point where his trunk was just outside of the water. By the impressions of his past life, he remembered Govinda. Not possible for every living entity to remember. In this verse, it's describing many yogis after many thousands of years of meditation, but still they cannot remember the name of Govinda at the time of death. When we were about to leave this body, now we do not know. We are thinking we are doing something, but in truth, this is the elephant was about to leave the body. The crocodile pulled the elephant into deeper waters. In the waves of the lake, there was one lotus flower. The elephant took the lotus flower with his trunk and offered it to the Lord, at his feet of the Lord. He's just about to leave his body. It's praying. Maybe half an inch. His trunk was outside of the water. His whole body was under. And remembering his past, but due to his past life impressions, he took that lotus and offered it. I'm offering this lotus, that your lotus feet, in Vaikuntha, Narayana, Vishwakshin, and Garuda. We said to Garuda, become ready, we have to go quickly. Yeah, I will direct and you go. My Garuda is saying, I will put a cushion on me so you can sit. Now there is no time to put a cushion on your back. In the Gita, I have given my word that one who offers me with love and devotion, prayachati, with one who offers me love and devotion, a leaf, a flower, or water, one tulsi leaf, I will accept at my lotus feet. Toya means water, Ganga Jal, one drop. The Lord says, Ashnami, I am hankering for such a person's offering. Gita, Lord says, with love and devotion, offers me whatever I accept. The Lord is so merciful and kind. And in this life, you will attain the Lord. We will go. Who will go? We have to go. We have to chant names of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. The name, the glories of the name, holy names of the Lord. There's nothing else in this life. So many will come near and past with you. Some will come and many have gone. Lord Ramchandra performed his pastimes and left. And then after Krishna came, performed his pastimes and sweet ras lila and captivating everyone's heart, he also left. Today, if not today, tomorrow, if not tomorrow, day after. What what will we leave behind? What we remember of the Lord? What are we doing? So, performing devotional practice to the Lord. Why do we keep Hanuman in the temple? He's an animal. Because he was chanting the names of the Lord Ram. He had great deep faith in the Lord. Once Krishna was there, Lord Krishna said to Uddhav, call Hanuman. Hanuman ko bulao. No. Once Krishna told Garuda, not Uddhav, go to Kiskinda, and from Kiskinda, so Garuda left flying, reached Kiskinda. At that time, Hanuman was chanting Ram, 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 Ram. Garuda came and folded hands. The Lord is calling you. Which Lord is calling? Garuda replied, Yadavendra is calling you. Krishna. Yadavendra meaning Krishna. Hanuman replied, I'm not very well. Many days I've been sick. When I'm better, I will come. I will have the darshan, the lotus feet of the Lord. Garuda returned back to Krishna and told the Lord. Garuda said, my Lord, Hanuman is not well. He cannot come. He will come after a few days, 3 or 4 days. What? The Lord said, what did Hanuman said? What did you say to him? He said, Yadavendra is calling you. Then the Lord said, you said wrong. Go again. Raghavendra is calling you. Not Yadavendra, but Raghavendra. Garuda came in front of Hanuman. Hanumanji, I made a mistake in delivering my message to you. Hanuman said, what mistake? He said, Yadavendra will come. No, I said, no, my mistake. Not Yadavendra. Raghavendra. Raghavendra meaning Lord Ram from the Raghu dynasty. Raghavendra is remembering. Hanuman said, I'm coming. You're hearing the name, Lord Ramchandra's name. He got up instantly, immediately. My Lord is calling me. In that way, at that time, says Jai Shri Ram, and he flew towards the Lord. At that time, Lord Krishna said to Baladev, you become Lakshman. I am taking the form of Lord Ram. They're saying there with a bow and arrow. Krishna became Lord Ram and Baladev became Lakshman. Hanuman did his pranam. So Hanuman, how are you? You've come to I'm in Kiskinda all by myself. You remembered me, and I'm so blessed. So now I come to have darshan of your lotus feet. Krishna said, okay, well, you have had my darshan in the form of Lord Ram. Hanuman is pleased with what? He's pleased with having darshan of his Istadev Lord Ram. Folded his hands, and then the Lord gave him permission to go back to Kiskinda. At that time, Hanuman ji and called Jai Shri Ram and reached Kiskinda again. Garuda was just on his way back and met Hanuman on the way, going back to Kiskinda. Garuda said to Hanumanji, where are you going? Where have you come from? I went to have darsana of my Lord Ram. You said you were not well. Yes. Where my Lord is calling me, I came straight, I left everything and I had the darsana of the lotus feet of my Lord. This is called nistha. In the same way, there's a deep faith in the lotus feet of the Lord. And thus nistha is there. If you have, the Lord will give you darshan of Him. Ki Jai. Shri Radhe. We'll do one short kirtan and we'll stop. Sham